Hi, my name's Mark, one of the pastors here at Trillium. A guy I know, a Bruins fan, came up to me at the beginning of the NHL season and said, I think it's your year. I think it's the Leafs' chance to go to the Stanley Cup and maybe win the whole thing. Well, that dream seems to be dashed. The Leafs are playing poor hockey. They're struggling. They've fired their head coach. They're floundering about as a team. I've seen this movie before. I've been here before. It seems like the same old again. I'm fascinated by the fact that the Leafs haven't been in the Stanley Cup for over 50 years. They haven't won it, and they haven't even been in the Stanley Cup in over 50 years. This is a team that's in the top 50 of all sports franchises in the world as far as value goes. They're in the top 50. They're up there with Manchester United and the New York Yankees and the Dallas Cowboys. Talk about success, and yet it's a team that's not even been to the championship, let alone have won it in the last 50 years. They've rarely even had a team that contends for the championship. Yet they're amazingly successful as a sports franchise. And my theory is that the reason they're so successful, so enduring, is that they have a basic agreement with the fans. They're a metaphor for people's lives. The Toronto Maple Leafs flounder year in and year out, and we, their fans, in a personal sense, flounder year in, year out. They're stuck in their own same old problems, same old habits, limitations, same old circumstances, same old temptations, outcomes, patterns in life, and so are we. And they become a proxy for us, wanting to have some kind of hope in our lives. The Leafs, I think the worst thing they could do is actually win the Stanley Cup. I think that would break the basic contract with the fans. I mean, if they can succeed, then so should we be able to as well. If they succeed, we should be able to succeed. But what if we can't succeed? What if we can't make the kind of changes that we need to make in our lives? So we actually, I think in some sense, our fans, the Leaf fans, prefer a hopeless team, a perennial loser that loses year in and year out, because they don't really ask anything of us because they do so in their own lives so little. You know, another perennial loser is Charlie Brown. He loses at everything he does. I'm thinking about the Charlie Brown Christmas special. Talk about a perennial loser. He's tasked with going out and getting a Christmas tree, and he comes back with this flimsy little thing, and everybody around him breaks out in criticism. He's hopeless. You're hopeless, Charlie Brown, completely hopeless, which means you can't change Charlie Brown. You're stuck in with yourself. You can't change who you are. You know, there's a passage in the Bible in Isaiah 40 about Israel, about a new beginning. And the backstory is it's also a story about the perennial loser in life. Israel is the perennial loser, given all these incredible gifts by God, a community invited to be God's glorious hands of love into this world, and they take the gifts that God has given to them and the blessings that God has given to them, and they use it for themselves. And they blow it. And they end up in nowhere's land over and over again. God keeps giving them do-overs and do-overs. They keep taking the blessing and the gifts, and they keep ending up in nowhere's land. They are a hopeless people. No capacity or possibility of change. It's easy to take that mantra for ourselves in life because we see how we get stuck in our lives. The patterns keep repeating themselves over and over again to the point where we believe that change is not possible. Change for the better, at least, is not possible for us. And then a voice rises up to Israel, a new voice, calling for the people to a new understanding of themselves, a voice that recognizes that they have reached dead ends in life, but this can change. And the reason it can change is God is on the move. God is on the move. God is making the journey back to the heart of the people. And Jesus testifies that in his own life for us, that God is on the move, that the Spirit of God, the light of God, the love of God is on the move in us. And I've come to the realization that when I claim that love for my life, when I hold on to it, when I allow my hands and my heart to be God's conduit of love to the world, then a new future is offered me. You know, I'm tempted to put my salvation in the Toronto Maple Leafs, but I don't think that's going to come to fruition in my lifetime. But I do believe that there's a new way of life for me being offered in the moment when God is on the move in me.